The Honourable Trevor Khan.
Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, in the last sitting of the House, I spoke of one of the water issues surrounding Tamworth. I wish to speak further on water issues this week, and more particularly on the augmentation of Chaffey Dam. Chaffey Dam is essential for the future growth of the city of Tamworth. According to the Chaffey Dam discussion paper issued in February 2007, unless the augmentation of Chaffey Dam proceeds, the current reliability of a 59% chance of receiving an 80% allocation to irrigators each year will fall to zero within 10 years. This consequence is in part explained by the fact that town water demand, even taking into account a 15% water efficiency saving, will see demand increase from 10 gigalitres per annum to 14 gigalitres per annum over the next 25 years. The dramatic reduction in reliability will effectively mean that the irrigation industry in the Peel Valley will become unviable over the next 10 to 15 years. In addition to the impact upon Tamworth's water supply, will also potentially have significant negative effects upon both domestic and industrial users in the town. So why, in the light of the compelling case set out in the February 2007 discussion paper, has there been a delay in progressing the augmentation? At the time of the last federal election, all political parties were in support of the augmentation, and the State Labor Party committed to it at the last state election. The problem has been that since that time, the federal government has insisted upon a water sharing plan for the Peel Valley, a plan which, up until the last 6 months, has progressed very slowly indeed. Now, of course, instead of dragging their feet, State Water appears to be in a mad rush to finalise the water sharing plan before the end of this very month. One could say that with the water sharing plan gazetted, that one would expect to see progress on the upgrade of Chaffey Dam. There appears, however, to be some problems with that expectation. The first problem is budgetary. Whilst money is allocated in the budget for a safety upgrade, there is no money for the augmentation. The second problem is that apparently invitations to tender are to issue during this month for the safety upgrade. If the advices I have received are correct, then the invitations to tender will make no mention of the dam augmentation. It is absurd to suggest that the safety upgrade of the dam will proceed without the augmentation occurring at the same time. To do the safety upgrade and later to do the augmentation would potentially waste millions, if not tens of millions of dollars. One might think that to undertake the safety upgrade now alone would create the perfect excuse not to proceed with the augmentation. Whilst I am not a fan of conspiracy theories, I would have to conclude that if the safety upgrade proceeds before the augmentation, the only two real possibilities to explain the decision are either a deliberate intent to scuttle the augmentation or, alternatively, bureaucratic and perhaps ministerial stupidity. The third problem appears to be that this state Labor government has not progressed the issue of finalising a funding formula for the augmentation. At around about the time of the last state election, it appeared that agreement was reached that a funding formula based upon the cost of the project being $14.6 million would see contributions from the irrigators, Tamworth Regional Council, the state government and the federal government. It would seem that more recent estimates of the cost of the project see the cost of the augmentation escalating significantly from the previous estimates. Regrettably, it would seem that the state government has failed to engage in discussions with the various stakeholders on a new funding formula. The sad reality is that without reaching agreement on a funding formula, it appears difficult, if not impossible, to commence the project. The blame for the failure to press this project forward lies fairly and squarely at the feet of this state Labor government. Whether it is a result of neglect or stupidity or malicious intent, the reality is that this state Labor government has let down the people of the Tamworth electorate. It is time for this state Labor government to finally get its act together and proceed with the augmentation of Chaffey Dam without further delay. Thank you, Madam President.